Alita.
Hi, Marcia. What are you up to today?
Well, I'm working on my church school lesson for this week. You know, the kids and I have been learning about the Lord's Prayer.
Oh, yeah, that's great. What are you learning this week?
Well, this week we're going to be talking about bread and debts.
Ooh, I love bread, especially when it's homemade and fresh from the oven and warm. Yum!
Me too, and it's fun to make. But you know, Alita, Jesus talked about daily bread, and I definitely don't bake bread every day, and some days I don't even eat bread. So I'm a little worried that I'm not doing things right, that I'm doing something wrong.
No, you don't have to worry about that at all. I think what Jesus was trying to say is that there's some things that we need every day, and daily bread could mean actual bread, but it also can mean like other food as well, and things that we need to live a healthy life, and not just for us, but for other people too. When we ask God to give us this day our daily bread, we're asking God to make sure that everybody has what they need, not just ourselves.
Really? That seems like an awfully big ask.
Oh, not for God. And remember, these simple words cover a whole lot of things.
What do you mean?
Well, of course we need food and like medicine and clothes and a place to live. That, that's pretty obvious, I guess. But we also need each other.
Kind of like partners?
Exactly. God wants us to work together to take care of one another and to share what we have so that everyone has what they need.
So, when we say the words, give us this day our daily bread, we are asking God to not only give us what we need, but to help us help others to see that they get what they need.
That's exactly right.
Wow, this has been so helpful. Maybe you could help me with this next part too.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the next words talk about forgiving our debts. I mean, everyone has debts, don't they? But not everyone. And I mean, doesn't that mean you have to owe money to somebody?
This is another one of those cases where the words can be a little confusing. You're right. Usually when we say debt, that means owing money to somebody else. If you have a debt, you owe somebody money. But some versions of this prayer actually say things like sins or trespasses. You might have heard that word.
Okay, so that's really interesting.
So really, whatever word you use, I think Jesus was trying to describe situations where perhaps we haven't done our best, or maybe we haven't been as kind as we should be in our relationships with others, like that kind of forgive.
Oh, you mean like taking advantage of a friend?
Sure.
Like when I ask, and you asked me if I wanted to share some of your birthday cake, and I ate way more than you did, and then you didn't have enough to share with Ronnie and Jim and David.
Oh, yeah, no, that was pretty funny, but that was a really good cake. Yeah, you're right. It would have been nice if we could have shared it with more friends, but God just asks us to forgive each other for things like that, just the same way that God forgives us.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
And remember, it's also important to forgive ourselves, too.
So that means I can stop feeling bad about eating all the cake?
Yes, you can stop worrying about the cake. When you pray for forgiveness from God, when you ask God to forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors, you're asking God to forgive you and for permission to forgive not only others, but yourself, too.
Well, thanks, Alita. This has been super helpful. And I can't wait to hear what the church school kids have to say. They always have the best ideas, and I sure look forward to spending time with them each week.
I bet you do. They're great. See you later, kids.